Welcome, everyone. I am Southern Belle 74, and tonight we're going to get into some serious topics. The first case that we're going to cover is the case of a babysitter that abused a child, so we're just going to get directly into it. Wow, guys. My thing is this: if you don't have patience, self-control, or you suffer from anger management issues, you do not need to be in childcare, period. In each of these cases, that's what I'm coming to find out. The people that are the caregivers have these three issues. They don't have patience, self-control, and they have anger issues. It's out of control. Now, this next case shook me to the core. Look at this baby's face and tell me, what would you do if you drop your baby off at a daycare, you pick that child up in the afternoon, and his face looked like this?
How could this be? Because if it was me, I would have been arrested.
That disbelief tonight from the parents of this one-year-old boy badly injured at an Indianapolis daycare. The parents certainly devastated to learn the news. It's breaking late today that no charges will be filed in the case. Eyewitness News has been on this case since little baby Jesse was injured last week.
Jesse Harris spent 2 days at Riley Hospital for his injuries, but tonight the Marion County prosecutor says the evidence gathered doesn't show anything criminal.
And the parents told our Emily Longnicker that news is pretty hard to accept. She joins us here live in studio with their thoughts and also the factors that went into the prosecutor's decision. Emily?
Well, Ann and John, baby Jesse Harris's parents are angry and confused tonight about the decision not to charge anyone at their son's former daycare. And while there may be no criminal charges, these parents say they've got a lawyer and they're going to seek justice through the civil courts.
I've depended on them to do a thorough investigation and justice be served for my innocent one-year-old son.
Instead, says Tiffany Griffin, she and her fiance found out Thursday no one will face criminal charges for this happening to their son while he was at kindergarten daycare on 38th Street last week.
I don't know how I feel right now. I just know it's like I'm helpless right now. Like I'm helpless. I don't know what to do. It just hurts. It just hurts.
Baby Jesse's dad, an Indiana National Guardsman who talked to us before, was so disgusted he only issued a statement on the prosecutor's decision. It says in part, quote, "Welcome to America, where a one-year-old baby can be beat and no one is held accountable, where veterans can serve justice in other countries but can't receive justice in their own." His statement went on to say, quote, "I won't rest till I get justice for my son by any means necessary." The Marion County Prosecutor's Office issued a statement saying the daycare employee in charge the day baby Jesse was hurt cooperated with the investigation. The statement also said in part, quote, "The evidence does not support a criminal charge based on Indiana code. A medical expert confirmed that the child's injuries were consistent with having been inflicted by another young child."
Even if a 2-year-old did it, the adult should have been held responsible.
Griffin says the day baby Jesse was hurt, she got a call from a daycare employee saying her son had been injured and she needed to come get him. Griffin says she's the one who called 911, not the daycare, which led to baby Jesse spending 2 days in the hospital. The family has a lawyer and says this isn't over.
If that's the only way we can make them pay, they will have to pay. But I would rather she go to jail. She needs all of them because they didn't even seek medical attention. Like, that's in the rules, that's in the guidelines. I'm not stopping until justice is served.
Now, we contacted the owners of the kindergarten daycare who told us they would issue a statement about the case tomorrow. Ann?
All right, Emily. Also today, we reached out to the state about the closure of that daycare. That was done by the Family and Social Services Administration that's telling us today that the prosecutor's decision to not file charges has no effect on its decision to close the daycare. You might recall the state agency revoked the daycare's license based on a lack of supervision. Now, the owner of the daycare can apply for a new license, but past history is a factor that the state will consider during its review.
That's a damn shame. That's all I can say. I'm looking at this baby's face. They try to say a 2-year-old toddler in the room did that to that baby's face. And I'm just in shock. I'm like, if you look at the baby's face, That's a closed fist adult. Let me hush my mouth real quick. We're going to move on now and find out what the family decided to do.
If I can get some sort of truth of what really happened to my son, I mean, that's more of a relief than anything.
Months after finding their son bloodied and bruised at daycare, baby Jesse's parents are taking the people they claim should have kept him safe to court. For the first time tonight, we're hearing from the family of that toddler, a family that still doesn't have answers about who caused their little boy's injuries. Emily Longnecker on what they're hoping will come out of the lawsuit against the daycare owner and a worker.
I want the truth. Most of all, I want the truth. I want the truth to come out.
And the parents of baby Jesse Harris think this civil lawsuit is the way to get to that truth about what really happened to their son at this daycare in April.
I don't want this to happen to anybody else's son, and I just want somebody to be held accountable.
Accountable for their 1-year-old spending 2 days in the hospital for these injuries that at the time the daycare claimed were caused by another child. It's a claim baby Jesse's parents have always questioned, saying if that was the case, where was the daycare employee to stop it or call 911 to get help?
I want some form of justice. Like, I really want her to be held accountable.
The suit alleges, among other things, that Kitty Garden failed to have a qualified daycare provider supervise their son and other kids that day. It also says the daycare failed to seek timely treatment for baby Jesse's injuries, and that the battery on their toddler happened while he was under the center's supervision.
Come on.
2.5 months later, the little boy his parents called their happy baby is crawling around and healing, but the process has been slow.
So now he have an anger that he never had. And like, he was strictly a happy baby. Like, I'm telling you, he didn't cry. He was the perfect baby.
We've literally been taking it one day at a time, like, because every day is different. You know, some days he's happy and some days he's just not himself.
It's been painful for these parents to watch, both feeling helpless to help their son forget an experience he can't even tell them about.
We reached out to the owner of Kitty Garden Daycare for a response on the suit, but got no response.
All right, so what are they seeking in damages in this case?
Well, baby Jesse's parents haven't named a dollar amount. We do know, John, though, that they are requesting a jury trial, but no date has been set yet for that.
All right, well, we'll keep watching it. Thanks, Emily. We've been watching this case closely already for the past 2.5 months. Baby Jesse, you may recall, was badly hurt at the daycare on April 30th. The state delivered an emergency closure order the next day to the Kitty Garden on East 38th Street. And then on May 2nd, after spending 2 days in the hospital, baby Jesse finally returned home. About a week later, on May 10th, the prosecutor announced his decision to not file criminal charges in the case. This all leading up to the family filing a lawsuit yesterday against the daycare owner and a worker there. And you can read our past stories on baby Jesse, from his recovery and the investigation to the new legal action the parents are taking now. All of that can be found at WTHR.com. Well, we've been
All right, guys, I'm so glad that the family decided to get a lawyer, because I just think that the whole case, I could not believe it when they said they was not going to file any charges against the daycare. I was like, huh? Child. I'm telling you, it's a good thing I know Jesus, because it couldn't have been my baby. We're going to move on to the next story. This one is a missing person story. It comes out of New York. A tow truck driver made a deadly discovery when he found a missing mother from upstate New York.
A tow truck driver made a deadly discovery today. Police say the body of a missing mother from upstate New York was found in the trunk of a car in Queens.
CBS 2's Andrea Grimes reports from South Ozone Park.
Christina Maurice relatives say Destiny Smothers was a loving and caring person who did not deserve this. Heartbroken loved ones consoled each other at the scene where a tow truck driver made the grisly discovery. The body of missing mom of two, Destiny Smothers, in the trunk of this black car.
We knew that we was going to find her, but I just didn't believe we was going to find her like this.
As CBS 2 previously reported, family had been searching for the 26-year-old Smothers since she disappeared in November. She lived in the Albany area but was visiting Queens and last seen leaving a Woodside bowling alley with her boyfriend. The family says her boyfriend told them they got in an argument on the Grand Central Parkway in Astoria, and she jumped out of the car, the same one her body was found in.
He had some involvement, but that was his car. That was the car he was driving.
Investigators say the car was abandoned on a block near the Belt Parkway in Springfield Gardens. A neighbor told me off camera it was there for about 2 months before they started contacting 311 last week to have it towed.
People now are leaving their cars and going into the airport and going on trips and vacations, and they come back months later.
Police say Wednesday morning, a tow truck driver picked up the car, but thought something was wrong with it, so he pulled over about 2 miles away in South Ozone Park to look for its spare tire.
Upon opening the trunk, the operator observed a deceased individual positioned on their side.
Relatives just hope police quickly make an arrest.
What's done in the dark comes to light. You will be found in court, and we will get justice for her.
Police have not released any information on possible suspects or persons of interest. They say the medical examiner will determine exactly how Smothers died. In South Ozone Park, Queens, Andrea Grimes, CBS 2 News.
So guys, let me tell you my point of view concerning this case. Now, she was found in the trunk of the car of her boyfriend's. So I think he should be the first person of interest. And then my second question is this. Okay, they said the car had been sitting in that place for 2 months. A body decomposes after death. Nobody did smell that decomp? My God, today. We're going to move on, guys, to a lighter note. I wanted to close out with all this information. I know emotions can be up and down, so I just wanted to give the ladies a treat. And then I'm going to do my affirmation and we're going to close out. Please leave your comments below in the comment section about these stories. I'd love to hear your input. And I'll do these every Sunday. So stop by. I'll always have an announcement during the week and let you guys know. The times vary, but I'll always do it on a Sunday night. If you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm a new YouTuber, so slowly but surely my channel is growing and every little bit counts. All right, guys, this is for the ladies. All right, ladies, that's a little something for y'all. Okay, this is my daily affirmation. I say this to myself every day because it's important that we encourage ourselves. I am gifted. I am talented. I am beautiful. I am enough. Take time out and say this to yourself on a daily basis. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.